Hey, I'm Jake Panasevich, and this is a yoga session for men to open up the shoulders and the upper back. So the shoulders and upper back tend to get bound up and tight from day-to-day life, whether it's the cell phone pose, iPhone pose, or the computer pose, or riding the bike pose. The shoulders will all tend to collapse, the upper back will tend to round. So this would be a nice practice to really start to open up the upper back and shoulders. Strap or something like a strap, a towel or t-shirt will be handy for today's class so that whenever the arms are in the back plane of the body, if the shoulders are tighter, they'll tend to do that rounded slouch pose. And you could use your strap, whatever you have handy, to open it up, okay, to shift that rounded quality. And so enjoy your shoulder opening practice. Alright, so we'll start in hands and knees, tabletop. Louie's joining me. Good job, man. Okay, let's start in hands and knees. And make sure the knees are slightly behind your hips, wrists are under your shoulders, and wrists are straight across your mat. And as you inhale, just create length through the sides of your torso. And as you exhale, maintain that length, and you feel a natural engagement across your upper back. Okay, and the shoulders and upper back. And then you'll step back to plank at the top of a push-up. And it's the same here, from the hips back, reach back through the heels, from the hips forward, extend forward through the sides of your chest, and keep that length as you exhale. Okay, one more breath, big inhale. And as you exhale, bend your elbows slightly away from the ribs, keep your shoulders lifted, and then lower all the way to your mat, point the feet. Bring your arms alongside your body, like airplane wings. Lift your shoulders up, chest up, and then lift your arms and legs up. And again, go for length. Reach back through the feet, forward through the chest. Get long as you lift up. And exhale, flatten the hands by your ribs, tops of feet down. Okay, pointer fingers straight forward. For Cobra, pull yourself forward and up. Shoulders back. And exhale, down dog. And down dog, keep your feet hips width apart, feet straight, and bend your knees as much as you need to get a lift in your low back. And then today, bend the elbows more towards the side walls, angle your elbows forward, and you should feel the upper back fire and engage. Okay, keep that engagement as you slowly push your arms towards straight. Inhale, come to the balls of the feet. Exhale, bend your knees, step or hop to the top of your mat. Inhale, lengthen your back, hands to your hips. Keep your shoulders lifted as you stand. And wiggle your feet about as wide as your mat. Okay, toes straight forward, clasp your hands behind your back. And here's where that strap or whatever you have, a towel or a t-shirt, might be handy, okay? As you lengthen your spine and reach your arms towards straight, make sure the head of your arm bones set back. Okay, if they round forward or slouch forward in this position, then hold your strap, okay, to open them up. And bow forward for a shoulder stretch. Okay, legs powerful. Hollow your belly, lengthen your spine. Okay, shoulders lift up. And exhale. Release and touch. Down. Inhale, straighten to the right foot, step your left foot back to lunge. Okay, bend your right knee to a square and wiggle your right foot towards the right edge of the mat. You can bring your hands forward and wide like goalposts. Okay, lift your back leg completely and lengthen through the sides of your chest. And as you exhale, bend your elbows wide towards the side walls. You feel the shoulders suction on the back and engagement in the upper back. Okay. And step forward and second side. Left foot forward, right foot back. Wiggle your right foot towards the right edge of the mat and bring your hands forward and wide on fingertips. And lengthen your spine and exhale. Bend the elbows more towards the side walls. You'll feel the upper back engage. And place your hands, step back to plank. Okay. Again, lengthen back through the heels, forward through the chest as you lower to your mat. And point the feet, clasp your hands behind your back. And lengthen and lift up, shoulders lift. And legs lift. Again, if the shoulders round forward, use your strap. And exhale, release. Come onto your fingertips, just like you did in that lunge. Okay, bring your hands a little wider than your mat. And as you inhale, pull your chest forward and up. Okay, for cobra on the fingertips, exhale, bend your elbows more towards the side walls, melt your chest forward. It's going to feel like you come out of it a little bit. And lengthen, set the shoulders back, throat back. And lower down, place the hands. Okay, tuck your toes under, lift your kneecaps up. Inhale, plank. Exhale, down dog. And inhale, step your right foot between your hands. For warrior two, spin your back heel to the floor. Okay, and clasp your hands behind you. Lengthen the sides of your torso long. Okay, set the shoulders back and dive to the inside. Bow to the inside of your right inner thigh. Okay, keep the back leg straight. And tack your right knee to the right, right outer hip under. Lengthen your spine, hollow your belly, forehead towards your heel. Okay, hands to the mat, down dog. And second side, inhale, step your left foot between your hands. Spin your back heel to the floor for warrior two. Left knee right over your ankle, square the hips towards the wall you're facing. Okay, and clasp your hands. Lengthen through the sides of your chest. And shoulders back as you bow to the inside of your left inner thigh. Your right inner thigh sits back. Left outer hip tucks under. Left knee to the left as you lengthen and fold. And inhale, release. Down dog. Exhale, bend your knees, look forward. And walk or hop to the top of your mat. Inhale, lengthen your back, hands to your hips, upper thighs back as you stand. Okay, and take a wide stance on your mat. And swivel your right toes out. Bend your right knee deeply for warrior two again. For side angle pose, right forearm to your right thigh. Okay, reach your left arm slightly forward, a couple inches forward. Okay, when your wrist goes forward, the left head of your arm bone can plug back to get a shoulder opener as you reach. Now your top arm by your ear, rotate your left palm towards the floor. And inhale, come up warrior two. Straighten your right leg, hands lean forward and touch, down. For triangle, okay, make sure left wrist is just even with the shoulder to get a shoulder opener. Okay, it's gonna wanna go beyond your shoulder. Okay, keep it just even with the shoulder. Legs steady, lengthen your back, look up. Okay, legs strong, come up to stand, swivel your right toes in, left toes out. Side angle pose, bend your left knee, and swing your top arm by your ear, but send it slightly forward with your thumb facing down. Lengthen your spine, and then plug the right head of your humerus bone back as you reach your top arm by your ear. Right palm can rotate down, shoulders back, chest forward. And then inhale, come on up, warrior two, straighten your left leg. And for triangle, left hand to the outside of your left outer shin. And your right wrist, again, just even with your shoulder, so it's a shoulder opener, not a hand opener. Okay, lengthen your spine, tilt the gaze up. Okay, inhale, come on up to stand. Okay, and just step to the top of your mat. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forward and touch. Okay, inhale, lengthen your back. Exhale, place your hands, sit back to plank. Lower down to your mat. Bend the knees, hold the shins from behind. Bring the knees within the width of your hips. As you inhale, pull with your arms to lengthen, and then kick back. Flex the feet, chest lift, shoulders back. And exhale, release. Place the hands, tuck your toes under. Inhale, plank. Exhale, down dog. Do right foot forward for pyramid pose. Okay, so take about a 3.5 foot stance. Square your hips towards the front edge of your mat. Get your legs straight. Lengthen your back and bow over your front leg. Okay, hands on either side of your front foot to the floor, or you could, if you can't quite touch the floor, you could bend your front knee till you touch. And shift weight into the right foot. Step your left foot forward and switch sides. Left foot forward, right foot back. Pyramid pose. Square the hips. Okay, your right toes will angle diagonally towards the right upper corner of the room. To set your whole right inseam of your leg back. Square the hips. And bow over your front leg. Okay, step forward, bow forward. And then lower both knees to the mat. You can pat up the knees if they get all cranky. And for Ustrasana Camel, you do with the toes tucked under. If you tend to be tighter in the upper back, the shoulders, okay, your toes untucked, okay? It's just harder, okay? It's just a deeper back bend. And more importantly, focus on from the hips down, rooting down, from the hips up, lifting up. Bend the elbows, palms face up. Every inhale, lift up through the sides of your chest. Okay, and keep that lift as you venture back. Okay, only go as far back as it still feels sweet in your low back. Okay, once you're ready, right hand to right heel, left hand to left heel. Okay, keep lifting the chest towards the ceiling. Sit the pelvis forward. And inhale, root down through your legs to lift up. Chin is the last thing to lift. And come back for down dog. Place the hands. Stretch the legs out. After a deep back bend, you can bend the knees a little bit, 3 to 4 inches, to really get a lift in your low back. Arms strong. Tilt the pelvis up. And then go ahead and sit down, lie back. Okay, for bridge pose, bend the knees, place the feet. Okay, feet hips width apart, ankles underneath your knees. And bend your elbows by your ribs like robot arms. Engage your arms. And as you inhale, you're going to lift your hips, your low back. And you're going to slowly bring your hands out to the side to lift your chest towards your chin. Okay, so really getting the shoulders to roll back. Yeah, up and underneath. You'll walk them underneath. And drive your chest towards the back wall. But keep your chin vertical, chin lifted. Inhale, release your hips down. Place your hands against your thighs. Back of the head down like bridge. You should feel a natural little curve in your back. And reach your arms out like a T. Walk your feet as wide as your mat. Windshield wiper both knees to the right. And hook the right outer edge of your foot against your left inner thigh, or left thigh. Okay, come on to the second side. Send both knees to the left. Hook the left outer edge of your foot across the right thigh. And you lift the right thigh up against your foot just enough to feel the leg engage to protect your back. Inhale, come back to center. Bend both knees, hold the shins. Okay, press the shins up against your hands, back the head down like bridge. And you can rock and roll side to side. So I hope you enjoyed your shoulder opening practice. Feel free to visit yogawithjake.com for more. Thank you. Namaste.